I got a grudge, so I want to kick some butt.
We're going to beat Penn State. We promise.
The defending national champions versus the #1 team in the country with bragging rights on the line.
We know what our goals are, and that's a Big Ten championship and a national championship.
Played at Penn State last year when I was at Louisville, and we got rolled. So I also lost to them twice last year.
Big Red's on a one-way ticket to a probable season, dismantling every opponent that stood in their way. But Penn State, they're a different beast.
Felt like they were certainly going to be one of the most talented teams, at least the most talented core 7-8 players in the country.
That talented core and team is vulnerable, and after losing to an unranked UCLA team, they're hungry to show the nation why they're a force. Let's tip off another Big Ten matchup as Nebraska Volleyball looks to stay undefeated and cement their legacy in the Big Ten, coming up next.
Big Red Rundown is sponsored by Penn Bathing, affordable walk-in baths. Visit our showroom in Aurora.
Let's go. The vibes are high. Juices are flowing as the #1 ranked team in the country. Nebraska's taking on Penn State in just under 30 minutes. Good evening, Nebraska. I'm Darren Wimberg. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Big Red Rundown. When it comes to Nebraska Penn State, what comes to mind? For many, it might be the 13 national championships between the two, or seemingly the biggest spot in sports. But fresh on my mind, it's Nebraska and how their season ended last year.
Kind of like chip on our shoulder week. You know, we know that we're going to have to play really well to go in there and beat them. I know it's sold out, and it's one of the toughest places to play, if not the toughest in the conference. So it's going to be a challenge. But I do think this team, you know, Penn State or not, this team is kind of ready for another challenge and ready for something to really have our sights set on. So I'm fired up for yesterday's practice and the rest of this week, and going into Penn State feeling prepared.
I mean, every game matters, truly. That's the reality of it is, yeah, we really want to beat Penn State, but we also have to go and beat Rutgers the next day too. So taking this week and having some really good practices to go into it is going to be really important.
Now, despite Penn State coming in 5 losses, that doesn't mean the Scarlet and Cream are going to take their foot off the gas, especially heading to arguably one of the toughest places to play in the Big Ten.
It's going to be louder. There's going to be more energy. It's going to be a super cool environment. And we know that we bring that kind of crowd, and it's really exciting. And we know that along with that, we're also going to get everyone's best shot. So like you said, maybe they have a couple more losses this year, but to Nebraska, that doesn't really matter because everyone's going to come out and play their absolute best, whether it's Penn State or it's Rutgers.
The 7-5 Nittany Lions are coming off a loss to the unranked UCLA Bruin squad. But during that loss, Kennedy Martin, 34 kills dominated as she's hitting .315 on the season. So how does Nebraska prepping for her?
Not that surprising because she's so good and talented. It's just somebody that we know is going to get their kills. It's just, can you slow her down? I don't know. How do you try to slow her down while maintaining everybody else on their team?
I honestly want to see how she is during like 4th and 5th sets, because then we might see more of her tendencies. I think 1st and 2nd set, that kind of attacker, they're going to hit everything, probably at full force, and you just kind of have to roll with the punches.
We've got plenty more to preview about this game, but we're going to switch a little gears and talk to someone who's given everything they have to Nebraska volleyball. And that's the ringleader on and off the court. He's actually got the court named after him and a statue. We're, of course, talking about former Husker coach John Cook. And NTV's Randy Silver caught up with the iconic man after being honored. Randy.
Randy Silver, NTV Sports, legendary head coach John Cook. You just got your bronze statue. What do you think?
Well, it's a little bit eerie to look at because it's so well done. I really admire the artists that do this. George Landine's the sculptor, and he's world famous. But I don't know, I'm trying to get used to it.
What does it mean for you to be able to have this out here so anybody who comes to matches moving forward will see you coming in the front door?
It really doesn't mean all that much for me. It's more about Nebraska volleyball and all that we've done here and the standards we've set, the records we've broke, how important it is. I mean, volleyball Nebraska is the epicenter of volleyball in this country, and I think this is just all the symbol. And really what is significant about this, all the young kids coming up here are going to walk and see this and realize something pretty important is happening here.
Tom Osborne and you, what does it mean to be in his company?
He actually called me yesterday, and he always downplays it so much. It's kind of the way he is. But for me personally, he was one of my role models here. He was also the athletic director for 4 or 5 years and really helped me and with the move to Devaney. So he's somebody that I admire off the charts, and to be recognized along with him means a lot.
And then your successor, Danny Besbom-Kelly, the head coach, had some great words to say. She quoted, "mentor and friend." What is it like seeing her now taking over the program?
To me, it's the greatest achievement of my coaching career to be able to hire a coach from Nebraska who played here, coached here, and won national championships, and then to come back as the head coach. To me, it's my greatest accomplishment.
And then last question, what's it like now living in Wyoming full-time, being a Cowboy?
I love it. I can't tell you how much I love it. I'm already missing my horses, but I've been back and forth like every week because of things like this and doing some TV matches, which I really enjoy. It helps kind of keep me a part of it. But I love Wyoming, and it's been awesome. The snow's on the mountains, so just get ready. The winter's coming. At the top of the mountains has snow on them.
I just moved here from Florida, so winter is coming. I'm not ready, but it was interesting seeing you interview DBK. So what's it kind of like, I guess last question now, being on the opposite side of the camera?
It was awesome because I'm not going to be your typical, color analyst or interviewer because I know Danny's, so I feel comfortable in asking her almost anything, and so that's what made it fun, and I think she enjoyed it too because it's not your typical, oh, how'd you guys play, whatever. I mean, I wanted to try to get some more out of her for the fans to understand what it's like to coach and how she feels and coaching this team. So it was awesome.
Coach, thank you so much. 4-time national champion, 1 bronze statue. We appreciate you being on NTV News. I'm Randy Silver.
Thanks, Randy. Now, Coach Cook and Jordan Larson were both in Holdridge on Thursday and excited for this matchup. And, of course, they both picked Big Red. Coming up on the other side, Nebraska's a libero factory. How does one fill the shoes of Lexi Rodriguez? We'll find out as Big Red Rundown, brought to you by Penn Bathing. We'll be back after the break. Welcome back, and thanks for sticking with us as we bring to you first serve of the reigning NCAA champions, Penn State, hosting the #1 team in the country, your Nebraska Cornhuskers. Now, Nebraska is known as having a homegrown great liberos, starting with their head coach, Danny Besbom-Kelly. Well, this season, a freshman from, you guessed it, Bennington, Nebraska, Olivia Mauk, NTV's Bill Steckes has more on the freshman phenom. Bill.
5 national championships. What a remarkable stamp on the pantheon of champions here in Lincoln. And with all the recent success, it's the libero providing big sparks. DBK with the 4-1-1 on the position.
Olivia was just solid. That's what we expect from her. Pass really well, make some great defensive plays. I thought her out-of-system setting was really good, which is huge. So just a good, complete game by her.
We just know that she's down and ready to cover for us, or she's down ready to dig really any of these hard type of hits. So I think she does bring calmness, but I think that she also brings a confidence to herself, and I think that honestly helps a lot of us, especially when we were down. Just being able to look to her and be like, hey, we need you in this moment, and she'll be able to deliver.
So she is a remarkable teammate, and for Olivia Mauk, this is a dream come true for a kid who grew up just outside of the metro in Omaha in Bennington, Nebraska.
I think Liv does bring a really calming presence, and I think that she's always consistent, and she's the type of player that we can always look to.
Great stamp of approval by her teammate there. Now, the position might look differently when the postseason hits in December, but for now, it's Olivia Mauk in the spotlight.
We can always get better at every position, no matter what. So I think it's just fine-tuning those little things that'll make the biggest difference.
The spot could change back to Lainey Choboy. Both are perfectly capable.
They don't need to be, each other, or, Lainey doesn't have to pass better than Liv doesn't have to dig better than Lainey. They just need to be themselves. And I think they're doing a great job. And no matter what role they're in, they're both rising to the occasion in that role. So it's been pretty neat to see as a coach that, two elite players can switch roles and still have great mindsets and give to the team and play great.
For Mauk, it's all about keeping the team's focus on staying in the moment.
I think I bring kind of just like a calmness, steady calmness, and just calmness. And I want to be that person that they can look to in big situations to make a big play.
And big picture, the young fans are a big focus.
It's definitely an honor. I think growing up in Nebraska and watching them, I've always looked up to the Nebraska Liberos, and I hope that I can be a role model for the little girls who look up to me and in whatever position I play. So.
Yeah, a lot of girls know the history of this volleyball program. They've been to the playoffs every single year since 1982, and this team has its sights set on Kansas City in December. That is where a national champion will be crowned at the T-Mobile Center. And Darren, I know that you know that.
That's right, Bill. I don't know a lot, but I do know this. I know Olivia Melk is coming off 4 consecutive games with double-digit digs, including a career high in both digs and assists in 16 and 7, respectively, against Creighton. You know what else I know? It's time to pay some bills. So don't go anywhere, because coming up, what makes Nebraska's offense tick? Let's just say it starts in the 6:05. Welcome back. We've already established the liberos at Nebraska are pretty good. But how about the setters? With 6 All-American setters in Nebraska history so far, the 7th might be the best. 2-time All-American Bergen Riley keeps setting records, and in doing so is establishing herself as an all-time great. NTV's Randy Silver reports. Randy.
Darren, Nebraska has a lineage of great setters, 6 All-Americans to be exact, starting with Lori Edencott in the late 80s. More recently, assistant coach Kelly Hunter Nader back in 2017, also the last time the Huskers won a national championship. The current setter, the junior Bergen Riley, is a 2-time All-American, and this year, in her 3rd year with the Huskers, she's starting to set all-time records. What has she done? She's the first player ever to be the Big Ten Setter of the Year as a freshman and a sophomore. Against Michigan last week, what did she do? She broke into the top 5 of career assists in a Husker jersey in the rally scoring era. Big distinction. But who did she pass to be number 5 on that list? Just a name that you may recognize, her current head coach, Danny Busboom Kelly.
It's super cool. I mean, being a setter at Nebraska is such an honor, and getting to do it at such a high level with such amazing teammates it's something that I'll never forget, and I don't know, I hope I'm only getting started too.
Bergen's up to 2,979 assists in her Husker career. Based off her 32 assists per match average this year, she'll break 3,000 against Penn State, a massive accomplishment. But for the setter, it's not the individual success that matters, it's the team success. And mission number 1 for her and the collective team is breaking the almost decade-long drought of no national title for Big Red. The legendary University of Michigan football coach Alvin Bo Schembechler said, "You are what your record says you are." With the Huskers sitting at 12-0, Big Red has adapted about as well as you could hope to a new voice on the bench. And at the heart of that change,
Center, a 6'1" junior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, number 2, Bergen.
the reigning 2-time All-Big Ten setter has had to learn a faster and more up-tempo offense under the new system brought over by head coach Danny Busboom Kelly.
Bergen's very, very high volleyball IQ type player, so I'm not surprised that this is coming alive when it is.
The early returns has propelled this team to their undefeated record. The junior has broken 40 assists 4 times and is averaging 32 assists a match.
I've really been working on consistency now with my hitters and doing it over long periods of time, but I think it's been a fun offense to run, and hopefully we can just fine-tune some things and keep growing and keep getting better throughout the season.
In addition to quicker passing, the 10-time Big Ten Setter of the Week has also had more freedom to be aggressive on the attack. Through 12 matches, the 2-time All-American has had 5 kills in multiple matches. Last year in 2024, in 36 matches, it only happened twice.
The fast offense and just making the other teams kind of have to guess a little bit has helped a lot to open things up for me.
So it's just good to see her take advantage of that. And as the more confident she gets, even just setting the ball, she'll probably be throwing it down even more. It's a confidence thing as a setter.
With Big Ten play heating up, the Huskers will lean on their captain's ability to blend execution, leadership, and athleticism as they chase another national title. Bergen has picked up this new offense very quickly. And again, it's the team success, not the individual success for the setter. But let's have some fun. How will she project out if she keeps this average for the next year and a half for her career totals in a Husker jersey? If the Huskers play 36 matches this year and she's averaging 32 assists per match, by the end of the year, she'll have 1,200 assists and 3,800 on her career. That would put her third all-time, only 300 assists behind her current AC, Kelly Hunter Nader, and 1,200 assists behind first all-time Nicklin Haynes. So Darren, there is a real possibility at the pace that Riley is going, at the end of next year, in the rally scoring era here in a big red jersey, Bergen Riley's name will be at the top of the list for career assists. Back to you.
Well, let's just say when you have past and present players like Merritt Beeson, Harper Murray, and middles like Andy Jackson and Rebecca Alec, it makes your job a little bit easier. More Big Red Rundown coming up on the other side of the break. Welcome back. It's prediction time. Let's head out to the Bob where the boys, Randy and Bill, are standing by. Take it away.
Okay, Darren. So the big question is, we asked this at the first Big Red Rundown, will the Huskers win the national championship? We're basically mid-season. Now the question is, how are they doing on that goal to winning a national championship?
They couldn't be any better, really. You're undefeated. You've beaten all those top 10 teams. It should be sweep day. Everybody should bring brooms today because they've had 3 sweeps in a row. So I'd say on course with an exclamation point.
Yeah, and what did DBK talk about? 3 main goals with the non-conference schedule. I want a tough schedule to test my team so they're ready for December. 2, I'm the new coach here. I want to find out about my team. And 3, what are the rotations I need to be successful? So non-conference schedule, you just mentioned. You beat Pittsburgh, they were number 3. You beat Kentucky, they were number 7. And they moved up when they lost to you, reverse sweep. We did on them. You beat Stanford, they were number 6. Yep. You went into Creighton, won in 5 sets. They were top 18 at that time. So you're beating the teams on your schedule of ranked, and then the lower level teams, Lipscomb, Wright State, Arizona, you just mentioned, Maryland, Michigan, sweeping them. So you're doing a good job on what you need on the schedule. Now you look at the different rotations. We talked about libero earlier, Laney or Olivia. Start with Laney. Olivia's come in, and DBK has talked about that Olivia brings more stability to the back row. The team is more calm in their passing, and you're seeing it in the play since she became starter 2 weeks ago. You look at outside hitter. Who would play behind Harper Murray? It's been Taylor Lansfair.
Right, and she's a big teammate as well. And that's the thing that I think that DBK is doing so well. You saw that she plans out. She attacks things that could be problems, like give me a hard schedule. You want to be battle tested, and if you have a team with the chops, they're going to want to be battle tested at all. So I'm kind of putting my coaching hat on here. But the thing that they have that's so good is the chemistry, and there's no such thing as inauthentic chemistry, right? They have that authentic chemistry, and the thing that I like hearing them say over and over and over, with all the success, is we could have done better.
Yes.
We can be better. We need to work harder. That is partly DBK, partly the makeup of her players, but when you put that all together, you know, it's that old
dangerous.
cliche of a winning recipe, right?
Yes, and that goes to the final position battle of opposite hitter when you have Virginia from Italy, Allie coming over from Baylor, and who's won it? It feels like Virginia has taken that position, but Allie said, as the football team says, iron sharpens
It does,
iron,
right.
and Virginia makes her better, Allie makes Virginia better, and they're great friends off the court, and you're seeing them play really good on the court. And they're going for what John Cook has, 4 national championships. In the DBK era, there's 0. This current team has 0 national championships to their name, but in December, they're looking to make it number 1.
Yeah, down in Kansas City, that could be quite a weekend because of the fans. We saw that snippet of what Kansas City can do with the football game down there at Cincinnati. Sell out, fans rabid, but these fans just as engaged, just as exciting. So, you know what? It could be in San Diego, and I think they'd do fine, but if it's right here, things are just looking good, yeah.
And Big Red has been loud in here all season, but we know Penn State, they bring their fans as well. So it's about time for the Penn State first serve. You're ready, I'm ready. Darren, back to you. Time for some volleyball.
Yeah, I'm on the same page, boys. I think Nebraska wins in 4 sets and stays undefeated. Thanks for watching. Coming up next, number 1, Nebraska versus Penn State. Go Big Red.